On a scale from fun experiment to full identity crisis, where did Dancing with the Stars land for you?
Blindsiding transformational occurrence, because I did it. I said yes to it because that show pays really great, and even if you're like, you get voted off right away, it's still like a nice paycheck. And yeah, you got to sort of like, there's a month before the show airs pretty much where you're rehearsing, which, as a good boy, I was there as much as they wanted to be, but some people weren't. Some people like took it as a suggestion, like, 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. There were a couple people like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days,
Sure.
So I said yes because it was a good job. It was, like I make TV. That's my job, and I only say no to things that are just too shitty. And this is not. It's not shitty. It's a very good opportunity, and it's a flattering thing to be asked. And I was asked to do it in April, and it started at the end of August. So I had a whole summer to kind of get ready. And of course I started like 2 weeks before it started.
Sure.
But I got into the gym and started to do more cardio and started to stretch and, get my body kind of ready for it. And then I started, and before I started, I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was petrified that I was going to like just be embarrassed and ashamed and not be able to do it, and just like, and also too, just like not a fan of my own physicality and my own body, and like having to do something with my body in front of everybody, like Janine Garofalo used to do a bit about her vagina, where she said they were like roommates. They lived together, and
I remember.
But it's like your space is your space, and I'm over here, and like we don't have to deal with each other that much. And that's kind of how I feel about like my whole body. It was like, yeah, this stupid vessel I'm in, but I don't like to, and having a lot of, I've talked about it before, like fat kid shame, kind of just, that just kind of doesn't leave you. And then I started doing it, and I fell in love very quickly with Emma Slater, who is my partner, who's just one of the best people in the world. And I started to enjoy it. I started to feel energized by it, even though it's like exhausting and frustrating. And she was so great about getting me over being scared and frustrated that I couldn't do it. Because in the beginning, it's like, Frankenstein can't move legs right.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you're sort of like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, towards the end, I'd say about probably 6 weeks into it, 5-6 weeks into it, we would have, every week is a new dance. I would pick it up by the end of the first rehearsal.
So cool.
Like we'd do it on Tuesday, and then Wednesday she would teach it to me. And by the end of Wednesday, I would pretty much know it. So having that was an amazing thing to me, to feel like whatever wiring between my head and my legs and my feet started to fire and started to really work. And then it really started to just make me, there was just something that happened about it that just, it turned on some kind of joy faucet in me. And people watching the show started to experience joy vicariously.
It must have felt...
It was surprising to me.
Yeah.
It was surprising to me because, I've been on TV a long time, and like I would say, I know people like me, but like to this level was just...
It's awesome.
It was crazy. And it was, I couldn't believe it. And, and a lot of it was doing TikTok and Instagram videos, which I felt a little bit like, wait, part of doing this dance show is making little comedy videos? Oh, well, like I actually kind of know how to do that. The fact that I was experiencing joy, and that in the comments, so I just see the word joy, joy, joy. And I've said this before, that like for someone who has had depression, been a depressive, lived much of my life just with a basic sort of baseline of sadness, like that feels like winning a war. Like to be the joy factory and to be you know, like to be feeling it and inspiring it, that's crazy and wonderful. And like truly, like the war is over. Like I can calm down. And part of that being sad and part of that living as a depressed person was like always feeling kind of an ambivalence about just being alive and never feeling like, living, dying, what, you know, easy come, easy go. And from doing this show and feeling joy, feeling like assuming, this is cliche, ownership of my body and not hating my body anymore and feeling like, no, I can, you know, I'm not old, I'm not lazy, I'm not incapable. I can do whatever I want, and I am a physical being, and I enjoy being a physical being. People people who don't understand depression don't understand that, like, oh no, yeah, you can be okay, you can live a life and have a pretty full life while never feeling very attached to it. And you can love people and have people love you, but there's always, you know, a sneeze guard on top of everything. You can see it all, you know it's there, you can even kind of touch it, but there's a barrier.
Yeah.
And something about a fucking ballroom dance show took that away. I mean, I never in a million years would have expected that to happen from that. You know, part of being a dad is always kind of working towards your own obsolescence. You never stop feeling like you got to take care of people. Getting blindsided with good things is, you know, it's like the best Christmas present ever.